Have you ever asked for a Christmas present and built it up in your mind at just how great it was going to be, and it was going to be perfect and fun, and then when you unwrapped it, it was like, oh, is that all? Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell. My name is Rob, and tonight I will be reviewing MacGyver Episode 8. And it was a good episode, I can't say it wasn't. However, I'm still in a legal dispute here with CBS as they are still knocking my videos. We're up to 3 now, which is really annoying. I wonder what is the fair use. Once again, these are just reviews. I don't know why they have to do this. In fact, even tonight with what was kind of a little disappointing for me, I'm in general giving positive reviews here for MacGyver. So I'd think they'd want this sort of thing on YouTube. They'd want people talking about the good parts. Even if tonight I'm not sure I'm talking about only good parts. But okay, I'm sick of having to put up why I don't have any video or pictures in this video. Here we go, let's get into it. So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time. So in the classic series, Murdoch was one of those villains that came back time and time again. Unlike tonight's episode, though, he was actually killed off a couple of times, and then somehow miraculously escaped. He was actually the anti-MacGyver, smart and wanting to play games, but still evil to the core and more than willing to kill anyone for money, and had a personal grief with MacGyver because, point blank, MacGyver was so much better than him. But okay, I've been hoping and waiting for a new Murdoch. There's part of me that even thought the ex-girlfriend was going to be the new Murdoch. But when last week's episode ended, we had the scenes from next week and they mentioned Murdoch, and I was excited. I could hardly wait. And now I sat here and said, maybe I built it up in my head a little too much. It was okay. It just wasn't as great as I was hoping for. But before we get too much into Murdoch himself, let's talk about some MacGyverisms. And we're going to start off with the blacklight he made. The only BS I call is, why was there a floppy disk in there? I mean, seriously, who gets floppy disks still? And I do give him props for realizing his prize was in the room, not out of it. But then he goes all murdery on the parkour guy. Now, yeah, that turned out to be Murdoch / Suspect 218. But at the end of the day, electrocuting those hand railings when someone was so high up, I mean, that fall could have killed someone easily. And yes, I do think that those railings would probably conduct electricity. Now, the magnetically sealed room, on the other hand, I totally have to call BS on. If you're going through so much trouble to lock a room, you're not having a drop ceiling like you have in a normal office, or, well, actually in my basement. It just, yeah, not happening. The bottle rockets, though. The bottle rockets were awesome. In fact, I even have a picture of exactly why those work, because when I was a kid, we used to make them out of soda bottles. Not as weapons, but, well, we did shoot them at each other a couple times, but that's not the point. Then we had a big lull in the episode before we had our next MacGyverism, and it wasn't really. It was another one of those improvised fighting things where he throws his knife, and Swiss Army knives are not meant to be aerodynamic and are not meant as thrown weapons, but he hit the fuel line perfectly and hit the hydraulic fluid and made it a gas, and I take her or leave it. The jammer with the radio, though, was awesome. That was a great idea. Like he said, you don't need to broadcast a specific signal. You just need to override the signal that others are using. And that was a great MacGyverism. And finally, even though it itself wasn't a MacGyverism, the fact that they have him playing with those paper clips during the briefings always kind of make me laugh. Although I had a friend tell me today that it was annoying and something that wasn't visually needed. I wonder what you guys think about that one. The idea of him playing with those paper clips all the time. Has that become annoying, or, like I think, just part of his charm? But okay, just on to the episode itself other than that. The story was pretty straightforward. Someone hired someone to kill him. That person ended up being Murdoch. And, of course, that person went after his friend first. And that brought up the whole trust angle. How do you trust someone who lies to you all the time? How do you trust someone who is always going to have to lie to you? I mean, even just a police officer, a lawyer, a doctor, can't bring home to his friends and family his work. But a spy? Spy's even worse, especially when the spy is someone who can't tell you they're a spy. Now, of course, this was going to lead into the final showdown at the end of the episode. And that plays off the whole end of the episode with the whole, who can you trust? You can't trust Thornton, she's going to lie to you. I've seen other shows pull off much better reasons not to trust your friends. This one felt very lackluster at best, like they weren't even trying. And with some really great other personal moments in the episode, like when Thornton locked up MacGyver, when MacGyver escaped and Dalton was there to help him and say, hey, look, I'll drive. Those were great interpersonal moments. This one just felt so meh, so like cliche and tacked on. And finally, Murdoch, my actual problem with the episode. The original Murdoch was very much always that mustache-twirling villain, even though he didn't have a mustache. He set up elaborate death traps specifically because he knew MacGyver could get out of them. He didn't want to just kill MacGyver. He wanted to trick MacGyver. He wanted to beat MacGyver at his own game. And this one just wasn't that. Now, this could be a good setup for that, for him to come back next time, but one of the greatest things about the Murdoch episodes and the original ones was trying to figure out exactly how Murdoch was going to die and survive the episode at the same time. Because sometimes he was trapped under a burning river, sometimes he was blown up, sometimes his flamethrower got blown up. I'm sure people in the comments could list more, but at the end of the day, just being arrested felt meh. Last time I rated the series, I gave it gold, and I'm not willing to re-look at that just yet for one simple reason. I am definitely biased right now. I had high expectations for tonight and feel more than a little let down, and the CBS strikes against my channel are really annoying. So all I'm going to say is I was less happy tonight than usual. But I'm still going to watch the series, and unless something really bad happens, I'm still going to be reviewing it. Let me know what you've been thinking about the episode, though. Maybe talking to others would help me sort out exactly how I do feel about this. So for now, I need you to like, subscribe, and share this video so that we can grow this community, and then join me back here next time as we take a walk through the heart of the stories we tell. Thanks for watching.